Hey guys, it's Tiffany here. So this is going to be my labor and delivery story. I'm going to walk you guys through what actually happened the day that I went, that I gave birth and all that stuff. So yeah, I went into the hospital on May 21st to be induced. I had to be there at 5 o'clock, so we got there, and around 5:20 we started you know, doing our registration, paperwork and all that stuff, and then we went upstairs to labor and delivery, and you know, they hooked me up to the IV and you know, the baby monitor to monitor his heartbeat and to monitor my contractions, and you know, she put the IV in my arm and stuff, and the lady actually had to put the IV in my arm twice because she did it wrong the first time, and it actually hurt when she did it the first time because I don't know, because she did it wrong, I guess. That's why it hurt. The second time she did it, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. But I have a big bruise on my arm from her doing that. You can see right here. It actually looked a lot worse. It's getting better. It's clearing up a lot better. But yeah, this is from her doing it the first time, doing it wrong. Anywho, so yeah, when they hooked me up to the monitors and stuff, I was already contracting a little bit without, you know, any Pitocin or anything. Actually, I was contracting the night before. I was having like a lot of contractions. I was like, am I gonna go into labor on my own? Yeah, so that was around 6 o'clock when they finally, you know, hooked me up and stuff. So yeah, so 6 o'clock in the morning they hooked me up and did all that stuff, and then around 7:45 my doctor came in to do a membrane sweep. So she checked me, she swept my membranes, and I was 2 centimeters dilated and 80% effaced. And I really think that the evening primrose oil that I was taking helped me to help my cervix a lot, because at my first appointment when I went to go get checked around 37 weeks, I was like 45 to 50% effaced, and then the next time I was checked I was 70% effaced, I think, and then this last time I was 80% effaced. So I don't know, I really feel like that the evening primrose oil helped me efface a lot. But anyways, so yeah, that was around 7:45, and then around 8:15 they started me on Pitocin, and yeah, I think between like 8 in the morning to 11 in the morning, she turned it up a couple times, but she gave me a couple doses of Stadol, I think 3 total. The first one worked with my contractions. I didn't really feel them. I could feel them a little bit, but they weren't bad. And then she kept coming back to turn the Pitocin up some more, and I could start to feel them again. And I didn't want to get the epidural too soon, because I didn't want it to, you know, wear off or anything. And if you guys can hear a little baby, Chance is right here, by the way, and I'll show you guys him at the end. But I didn't want to get the epidural too early, because I was assuming that for some reason I didn't think that he was going to come until like 5 in the evening or later. So yeah, I didn't want to get it too early and then it wear off or anything. So yeah, so she asked me, you know, did I want it, and I was like, you know, I'm good for now, even though the contractions were killing me. And then yeah, so around 11 o'clock, well, by the time it got to 11 o'clock, I was in pain from those darn contractions. Like, I was like, you could see from my labor and delivery footage that I was in pain. Those contractions are a freaking killer. Like I told you guys in my first labor and delivery story video with Jaden, those contractions are just like no joke. And I guess the difference in pregnancies between Jaden and this time, with Jaden I felt like the contractions were like right on top of each other. This time I felt like I had a little bit more time in between the contractions to breathe a little bit, and then I could feel them like coming on. But yeah, with Jaden's, they were like, I felt like they were like back to back to back. But anyways, so around 11 o'clock, they came to give me the epidural, and so they gave me the epidural, and I laid down, and I could still feel those contractions, and you know, the epidural didn't work, basically. And I just was like in pain. My nurse came in and she was like, you know, just give it like 10 minutes, and you know, it should work. And 10 minutes went by and I was still feeling those contractions, and I'm just thinking to myself, I am not delivering this baby unless they give me some medicine or something. You know, another epidural basically. So they came back and they did the epidural again, and that time it worked, and I didn't feel the contractions anymore. So yeah, so then I just was basically chilling. Oh yeah, and I was still like, I was like out of it from the Stadol, the first medicine that they give you. It just makes you feel really drunk. Like I was looking straight, but everything was like moving around. Like I just felt really drunk, and I just was out of it. So yeah, so between 11 and 1 o'clock, I just was relaxing and stuff. Yeah, just kind of out of it and just waiting, you know, doing the waiting game. So between 11 and 1, I didn't feel any contractions. I just felt more pressure, I guess you can say, like down in that area. I just felt like a lot of pressure. And then 1 o'clock came, and my doctor came back to check me, and she was going to break my water. And when she checked me, she said I was fully dilated, which I was not expecting. Yeah, that was at 1 o'clock. Yeah, was it 1 o'clock? Sorry, I'm checking. Where am I at? Yeah, that was at 1 o'clock. She checked me, and she said I was fully dilated and that his head was at a 3 gestation or station, or I don't know these terms, but I guess that's like his head was basically right there and, you know, ready to come out basically. So she broke my water, and she was like, you know, I'm gonna come back in 15 minutes, you know. So she was going to suit up and stuff, put the stuff on, I don't know, to deliver the baby. So she didn't come back in 15 minutes. She came back an hour later, and between 1 to 2 o'clock, I felt so much pressure that I didn't feel with Jaden. Like I just felt like, every time I had a contraction, I felt the urge to push, and I felt like my body was pushing, and like I would try to like hold it in because I felt like if she didn't come back, I was going to deliver that baby on my own. And so the nurse came back like 20 minutes later, and I told her, I was like, you know, I feel like I need to push. I feel like he's going to come out. And she's like, you know, it's okay. You know, he's still a little bit up, you know, and if he comes, I'm right here. But she wasn't in the room. She went back out of the room. But yeah, I just really felt the pressure, and I felt the urge to push. Like my body was pushing on its own. Like I was holding on to the rail. Like I really feel like this baby was about to pop out. But anyway, so she came. So 2 o'clock came, and she came back, and so she told me to start pushing around, let's say, I don't even know what time it was. Maybe around, I'm gonna say 2:25 when she told me to start pushing. And I pushed one time, and his head was out, and she told me to breathe again and push again, and I pushed for a second time, and his body was out. So literally I only pushed 2 times and he was out. You guys can't really see that footage because, you know, I didn't put that part on YouTube, but yeah, I only pushed 2 times and he was out. It was so fast. Like I said, it was different from Jaden because I didn't feel pressure with Jaden. With Jaden, I didn't feel anything. After I got the epidural, I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel anything. When they told me that I was doing good when I was pushing, I didn't believe them because I couldn't feel nothing. But with Chance, I felt, like I said, pressure to push, and the urge to push. And Chance was obviously faster, so I guess what they say about your second child being quicker than your first is true, because with Jaden, I was in labor for, what, 10 hours, I think? And with Chance, it was only 6 hours. So, yeah, that's my story. He was born at 2:27 p.m., and he weighed 7 pounds, 5 ounces, and he was 19.5 inches long. And it's weird because Jaden was 7 pounds, 5.5 ounces, and 19 3/4 inches long, I think. So they're pretty much almost the same weight and length, I guess. But yeah, that's my story. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, so that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Sorry, I told you guys I would show you him and I forgot, but here he is. He is not done eating. I took him off to show you guys him. So here he is. He's like breast milk wasted, I guess you can say. And he's still hungry. So I'm gonna feed him. Trying to eat? Are you hungry? Okay, Mama feeds you. Alright guys.